Hey, what is going on guys, it's xChizle here, and today we're doing a different kind of video. Today I'm going to tell you guys a story. So as you can see, there's serve gameplay on the screen. The credits are given to the people in the description because this is not my gameplay, and this story is about how I kicked in my own door. Let's get into it. It was a beautiful summer day, and at the time I still played football, or soccer for all you Americans. Now our coach decided that it'd be a great idea to make the last training of the year a liquor training. Now what do I mean by a liquor training? I mean that there were a lot of drinks. A lot of drinks. So obviously everyone was having a good time. The first game we played was every time you hit the post of the goal, you could take a shot. Now that got boring pretty quickly, so we started playing a game. Like an actual football match. So there we are, 7 versus 7, because we were only 14 at the football training at the moment. 7 versus 7, everyone picked their team, the teams were fair, and everyone was ready to get some shots, because the rules of that game was every time you scored a goal, you could pick 2 other players from your team to take a shot. So, for example, I score, I pick myself to take a shot, and 2 other players from my team. Needless to say, it got a bit out of hand. Eventually, when everyone was decently drunk, everyone just laid on the ground, and the people who were still able to walk started scoring and kept taking shots, so eventually everyone was just completely done. But all good things come to an end, and our coach steps up and he says that we are out of time, the training is over, everyone get to the shower and go home or something. But then a couple of my friends started begging that we could please stay on the field, no one is training after us anyway, so we can just use the field, we'll clean up afterwards and stuff, whatever. So our coach agrees, we can keep playing. So we kept playing for a while, but we agreed that at 11 p.m. we would go to a party, everyone would get ready, and at about 12 o'clock we would arrive at the party and just have a good time there. But a couple of my friends who were also in that football team asked me if I could go with them because they went to another party that was a lot more fun. So at that point I didn't really care what party I went to, I was just a little bit drunk already and I was like, yeah, whatever, as long as I can go partying, right? So I got home to get ready, I jumped in the bath and my mom saw me and she said, have you been drinking? I was like, yeah, it was liquor training, but she didn't really have a problem with it. So I asked her if she could get me a hamburger and some fries because every time I go partying I eat that because fat food helps you to not get drunk as easily. So my mom, the awesome mom that she is, got me some fries, got me a hamburger, I ate that as quick as I could, and I jumped on my bike to go to my friend's house. Now the road was not easy, my friends, I can tell you, because with that liquor I drank at that time, I don't know what it's called in English, but with that liquor, you don't feel it the first 15 minutes, but after 15 minutes you get the knock on the door, and suddenly you're gone. So I was on my bike, went over to my friends, I fell like 2-3 times off my bike, but I arrived eventually, with my steering wheel all the way to the side, because I fell. So I enter my friend's house, we're just chilling, drinking a little bit more, waiting for some other friends, they arrive, we jump on a tram, and we go over to the party. Now from that point on, I don't remember much anymore, guys. The things I can tell you are vague memories or stories from my friends, so they might not be 100% true. What I do remember is that we stood in front of a, outside party in some kind of forest. No, I didn't get raped, I hope. I don't remember much of being inside the party. What I do know, and that is a fact, is that I ran all the way back home. Now, the party was in the city that I live in, but still, I had never been in that part of the city, and I managed to run home. Now, I arrived in front of my door, and I told my mom I was going to sleep at my friend's house, so I ringed the doorbell, and my mom was obviously sleeping. She didn't hear it. I ring the doorbell again, and then I realized that magically my jacket and my phone disappeared. So at that time, I was incredibly cold, because at night it was very cold for some reason, and I was like, shit, I'm not going to sleep outside. How am I going to get in? So the only thing that jumped into my head was to kick in the door. You have to picture that we have a big 2 meter high, no, not 2 meter, probably, yeah, about 2 meter glass door. It's a glass door. I start ringing the doorbell, no one opens, and the only thing that pops into my head is I gotta kick in the door. So I just went Super Saiyan. Oh my god, this is awful. So I just went Super Saiyan and I kicked in the door. I kicked twice, that's what I remember. So I created this crack that was about half the door. So I slouched through it, went upstairs, and just laid in bed. At that time, my neighbor was incredibly scared. She ran downstairs because we have a neighbor that lives above us, and my mom also went downstairs, and I just walked past them like a boss, went to my bed, and fell asleep. Now, you'd think that'd be it for the story, but no. My friends decided to call the cops because they lost me, because I just randomly ran away. So at 4 a.m. in the morning, some cops rang my door. Not to mention my shirt was also pretty bloody from all the glass that shattered around, so my mom thought I got in a fight or something at first because the cops were there and my t-shirt was bloody. So the cops came and they asked if I was home, and my mom replied, yes, he's home safely, what's the problem? And they said that nothing happened, just his friends were worried about him and they called the cops. So my friends are pretty awesome. So I'm dreaming beautifully about girls with big boobs or whatever, and then suddenly at 9 a.m. my mom just wakes me up and she's incredibly mad, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Why are you mad? Come downstairs, she said. So I walked downstairs and I was like, I got the shock of my life. I looked at the door. At that time there was a giant wooden plank that covered up the crack, and I'm like, fuck. What the hell did I do? Eventually, I paid 240 euros to get the door fixed, and everything was alright. Now we can all laugh about it. There's not really a problem. I didn't really tell this story to my dad, so Dad, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these story videos, make sure to leave a like and leave it in the comments down below. On the screen right now, you can see my previous video. Make sure to give that a like and check it out because it was pretty cool. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.